Hola.
What's up, everyone? Actually, this could be a little bit
Borsch time.
ever so slightly zoomed in. This is a little too far away. Hi, hello. How's it going? I'm here today with Abby Normal. Can we get a shout out in chat? Sup Monster? Sup Hype?
Hello.
Well, you'll find out today, Hype. Hello Root. Hello Cho.
Hello. How are you?
Hello Anxious. Oh my god, if you want something done, you gotta do it yourself. Boom.
Yep. Hey, Baka.
Sup, Bucka?
Yeah, the glitter haunts me.
We're good. I'm excited to make some borscht.
I'm so excited to eat some borscht.
So, for about an hour now, I guess. What time is it? A little less than an hour. I've been boiling these ribs. They're gonna boil for another like 15-20 minutes. And then they're gonna fall off the bone. We got pork ribs in there, right? They're gonna fall off the bone, and we're also gonna have a bone broth that like has been made that way. And we're gonna get them out. We're gonna get them off the bone. We're gonna cut up the meat, and we're gonna toss it back in the borscht. Mm-hmm. Understand? That's the first step.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It's been so long. The first and only time I ever had borscht was with you. I think we might have had it twice.
We had it twice, yeah. We had it
You
at
brought
Alex's,
it. Yes,
yeah,
you
and
brought
then
it
we
to
had it at
Alex's.
the restaurant.
Mm-hmm. It's been 7 years. I've been thinking about it ever since.
Well, I hope it's as good as you remember it.
It will be. Because it'll be made with love.
Right.
Right.
That's what matters. Most certainly.
We got our classic knife.
Hey, you know what? We're gonna have a bigger one. There you go.
Oh, we're gonna get a new knife this week.
This one's gonna be yours.
Yes, this is more my style. These are such pretty knives, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Euna.
I love them.
Nice and sharp.
Mm-hmm. And I love that they're like magnetic on the wooden board thingy.
Yes.
That's pretty dope. How are you guys doing?
Yes.
How is your evening?
How's the end of your week?
Hello, Wario. Hello, Via. Hello, Tim. How's it going?
Hello, hello.
Fair point, Hype. I also agree with that.
Sure is.
Well, it's Friday, so
cheers.
Thank God for that. Cheers, girly. Oh, no, Anxious. I'm sorry. Hi, Eric. What's up? Well, anywho, while that all stuff is getting worked out, what we need to do, we need to... Oh. The potatoes started growing potatoes.
Those are cute.
We're gonna try to...
Did I just see what I think I saw?
We're gonna try to peel them. This one kind of looks like it's dead. I'm gonna get rid of that one. Yeah, you got questions? You can ask them after.
It's funny.
Okay, you can use the peeler.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the knife.
Oh, okay.
I'm old school like that.
Little babies.
They're like straight up turning green. I have like a growing system on my counter, and I guess the light has been hitting potatoes unbeknownst to me. So they started growing potatoes.
Yeah, they are very green. Look like honeydew.
Right, you're supposed to keep them in the dark. But, you know, too late for that now.
Sorry if I'm getting potato skin on you.
It's fine.
Don't flick at it.
I mean, as long as you don't eat the sprouts, it's fine. Just don't eat the sprouts.
If you did eat the sprouts, would you grow a potato in your tummy?
No, you just get a poisoning.
Ah. The forbidden fruit.
Yeah. You know, it happened allegedly when Peter the First, the Russian Tsar, got obsessed with potatoes and brought them to Russia from the West. They were given to people to grow, but nobody like knew what's up with them.
Mm-hmm.
So people started eating the above the ground part, like the berries that come.
Right.
And just died violently. They got deadly sick. And so then they figured out that, you know, it's the root that you're supposed to eat.
You wouldn't think so. Like, I don't blame those people for
Right.
making that mistake.
I mean, now I don't know how much truth there is to that legend, but that's what I've been taught. Yes, we're making borscht today. Classic traditional Ukrainian borscht. And it is going to be delicious.
Delicious, nutritious, sedvicious.
Damn.
Okay, and then are you like dicing them?
Just cube them.
Cube them.
Yeah, like don't make them too low, but also don't make them too thick.
Like half of this be good?
Yeah. I don't know if you can see what kind of pieces I'm making. Okay, Eric, give me a moment.
Perfect. Hey, Les. What have we made?
Alright, so I'm just gonna dump them here. And now we shall wash and grate the carrots.
Got it. Do you guys like cooked carrots or raw carrots? What's your preference? Cooked carrots or raw carrots for you?
Raw.
Me
Not
too.
I'm not a big fan of cooked carrots, but
I like them in curries, and they have to be super soft. But other than that,
I like them fried, alright?
like tempura.
Yeah, just like fried.
Between. I'm traumatized
Should
by
I do the honors?
Sure. I'm traumatized by beef stew, and you know a lot of cooked carrots and beef stew. Which side? This one. This one.
Mm-hmm. Damn hype. I think raw carrots are actually quite delicious. Cooked are questionable.
I hate beef stew, but I love just a raw carrot and some ranch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like those baby carrots that you just get. Did you know that baby carrots aren't really baby carrots? They're just like pieces of carrot that are carved that way. It's just a lie. Like you've been lied to by the industrial food complex.
Thought they were just stunted.
Nope. Just cut up carved carrots. Okay, Via. Gotcha. Hello, I'm doing well. How are you?
What about broccoli? Cooked broccoli or raw broccoli? I like both.
I like both too. My
Like-
preference.
I love a broccoli in my salad. A piece of cold broccoli. I think it's
I just
great.
like broccoli in general. I think broccoli is fantastic.
I think it's my favorite vegetable.
Yeah, out of the green ones for sure.
Yeah. Oh, little nub.
Yeah,
Just
don't
gonna
like
cut
grate
that.
your fingers.
I'm gonna cut that piece.
Okay, I'll eat that.
The nub. You ate the nub.
Baked or raw cauliflower?
Baked or raw cauliflower? I prefer cooked cauliflower to raw cauliflower. Cauliflower, I'm pretty sure... No, I don't want to give any false information.
I like cauliflower that's made to look like mashed potatoes because it fools my brain.
I love cauliflower mash.
It fools my brain to think that I'm eating potatoes, and that's about the only way I accept cauliflower. Also, that's not true life of the treadmill. Broccoli are not little bushes trimmed to size. I like broccoli in every way. Steamed, baked, stewed. Like, I like them in stir fries. I like them.
I like broccoli quiche. Have you had broccoli quiche?
Maybe?
It's like a cheesy broccoli in a pie, basically.
Right, yeah. I've had quiche before, and I'm pretty sure it had broccoli in it, so. Oh, I actually, a couple of years back, I stopped doing it, but I used to be able to make a mean cauliflower pizza, like straight up cauliflower crust. None of that like
flimsy
half cauliflower bullshit, but like straight up cauliflower crust that was a crust.
Would you care to eat it?
Yes, thank you. You're a lot better at grading than I am. You got them like down to nothing.
It's got a strong forearm.
Right. Well, that's why I've given you this task. And then we also need to grate the beets.
I have never grated a beet.
We have to like peel them first though, like potato.
I have never peeled a beet.
Well, there you go. First time for everything.
They're like rock solid. Are we getting those now?
Yeah. While you're doing that, I'm gonna cut up this bitch.
They're so hard.
Yeah, you just gotta peel them like a potato and then grate them on the same size grater. And I shall take care of the cabbage. So as you guys saw, you can wash them, yeah. As you guys saw, we grated some carrots. Abby's currently working on our beets. I am going to cut up cabbage. Probably a bigger knife for this one. There we go. Yeah, just FYI, it does stain.
Oh yeah,
the beets.
Sure does.
Just in case.
Why?
You didn't know.
Should I hold on to it like this as I'm grating it, or should I take the things off?
It's up to you, but you have to peel it though, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
So.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So
this is a bougie peeler, by the way.
Is it?
Tap.
I mean, look, my whole life I've peeled everything with a knife, so I don't even use a peeler normally. But yeah, Abby's peeling some raw beets. She's then going to grate them. I am cutting up some cabbage. It goes a lot faster with another person, I have to say.
Yeah? That's probably mostly prep work.
Yeah, Borsch is pretty much upfront prep work, and then that's it. You're just kind of letting it cook, you know? Yeah, you can do that to her. When I was little, my grandma would give me little beet pieces to like use as lipstick to paint my lips.
Oh. Some rouge.
Yeah. Those my beets were my makeup.
You could definitely paint with beets. I could do an au naturel painting with like coffee for brown.
That'd be an interesting experiment.
Get connected to my ancestors that way.
Yeah, make sure to make it on a rock instead of canvas too.
Yeah.
Turmeric for yellow, yeah, turmeric stains.
turmeric is, I love me some turmeric.
Yeah, I add turmeric to everything.
It gives me a
Borsch
nice tan. It gives me a nice glow when I eat a lot of turmeric in the week.
Interesting.
Because it can kind of turn you yellow. Kind of like if you have a lot of carrots.
Yeah, carrots do too, and so do oranges. Fun story. One time in middle school, I think it was middle school, I really didn't want to go to school. And I faked hepatitis C for 2 weeks.
What an advanced illness for you to conjure up.
Somebody in my extended family had it, so there was a reasonable suspicion that I might have gotten it, right? And I ate a fuck ton of oranges and got yellow skinned and yellow eyed.
Jaundice.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know, just faked the other symptoms. And they've been they were testing me like at a clinic for like 2 weeks straight before they realized there was something wrong.
This bitch, you could keep a bit going as a child.
Mm-hmm.
You could commit to it, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Little rascal.
I have actually faked many illnesses as a kid because I really didn't like going to school. And the reason I didn't like going to school is not because I didn't like studying, because I loved studying and I still do.
Just go right in.
It was, yeah.
Do you want to save the leaves for some garnish?
No. It was because I didn't like going to school because other kids were not fun.
Bullies.
Yeah. Plus, like, I don't know.
You were too smart for your classmates too.
Not for all of them, but yeah. Some of them were smarter than me. But like in general, I didn't really dig the, you know, your average schooling experience. I liked studying on my own. Yeah, my dad eventually just said that I have a school allergy. You know what was funny though? I got so much shit for faking illness, and I was good, you guys. I could sit there with a thermometer under my armpit, with my dad staring at me for 5 minutes straight, and I could get that body temperature to go up, just with the power of my thought.
Speaking of beets, it's like when Dwight is like, I can raise and lower my cholesterol. I'm like, why would you raise your cholesterol? He's like, so I can lower it.
Yeah, no, I could do shit. I had a marvelous control over my body. But, so my dad gave me so much shit for always trying to like get away with skipping school and like pretend to be sick. And then I was in high school, maybe in college at that point. I think it was college. And it was, I don't know, some kind of a celebration, either my dad's or my grandma's or my grandpa's birthday or something. And my grandma's best friend, who was a teacher in the school my dad went to when he was a kid, was there. And she was like, hey, it must have been my dad's birthday. And she was like, oh, you know, Vladimir has always been such a sick child. He skipped a lot of school. And I was like, you piece of shit.
That's where you get it from.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Oh, what is that?
On my phone.
It's a familiar sound.
Alright. I have an eye on it, Eric. Sorry, I need to like reach out real quick. There we go. All right. All right. There we go. I don't know, but he, like, my dad is a genius in terms of sciences, but also not so much in terms of just life. So, It was just funny to find out that he was also skipping school, considering that he's like, you know, he's a professor and he's like he's always been so strict about studying and like getting good grades and putting effort. That was basically like the only rule I had really growing up. I could do fuck all as long as I had good grades, you know.
I know, this is right next to the mic.
I know, right? You guys, are you guys deafened by the beats?
Okay, don't step over there. I'm gonna pick those up.
Alright, no worries.
First beet handling.
Have you never done anything to beets before?
No, not that I remember. I've had beets.
Actually, I have to say that my work ethic kind of kicked in as I got older. Like, Jesus Christ. Like early 20s, I think was when my work ethic became what it is now.
Extremely diligent. That's how I know you as. Your ears are taking a beating.
Yeah, I just want to clean this up because it does stain, so I want to make sure we get most of it. Are your arms sore yet?
You know what? No.
Well, why is there more? I don't know how you to make borscht next time.
Okay. Did you use that big knife for the cabbage?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, did you use the big knife for the cabbage? I missed that. You used that one? That knife?
Yeah.
I just didn't see you do it.
Yeah. No, for cabbage I usually use a bigger knife just because it's big. Like it's difficult to deal with it with the smaller one. Alright. It's almost like nothing happened.
Voila.
If we ever need to like clean up a murder scene,
we were the ones to call, yeah.
Just as efficient. If anybody needs some cleanup services, very expensive, but very efficient. All right. So, good. Now, because my family's about to come and stay with me indefinitely, Cameo, I need to be prepared for different So now what we're going to do, we're going to get this meat out of its pot that's been boiling for a while. So we're going to get it out. It's ready.
You good?
Now keep in mind that we're going to keep using the water that the meat was boiled in.
Oh, as like a stock?
Yeah, it's a bean broth. Oh, sorry, bone broth.
Excellent.
So I just have it on low. So it's just like simmering, you know? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna toss. Thank you, Viking. Me too. I'm going to toss the potatoes in there.
Ooh. Ooh. Well done.
Babka. I don't know. I do want to make pirashki sometime in the near future. Okay, so we have some cut up cabbage, we have grated carrots, we have grated beets, we have meat that we're about to cut up as well, and we have some cubed potatoes that are currently cooking in the bone broth that we've made. So we're going to make something called Zazharka. Let me get rid of this. I don't think we need any more of it. There's plenty. Won't fit in the...
Maybe like saran wrap or something?
Yeah.
Do you ever use red cabbage or is it strictly green cabbage? How often do you use red cabbage?
Red cabbage is not really... Like, I mean, it exists anyway,
right,
but
it's
it's
just
not very common, so I don't really normally use it. I don't think it's that different flavor-wise, right?
No.
So I think it'd be fine. So we're going to cut up this onion. We want to do it small because we don't want big chunks of onion swimming in there, right? So this is stupid. And then we're going to make something called Zazharka, which is where we're gonna kind of give it a little fry in a skillet before putting it in the borscht to the carrots, the onions, the beets, some garlic, and some tomato paste. We're gonna like kind of like stir fry them together, if you will, and season them, and then we're gonna toss it all in the borscht. So you can omit this step, and you can just, if you're like in a rush and you're just making it as like, you know, a meal to make, you can skip that step and you can just toss everything that you've cut up directly into the soup, into the pot. Now, because I'm trying to like teach you how to do it properly, I'm not going to skip that step. But I have in the past, and it comes out delicious anyway, you know.
It's somewhat surprising to me that there isn't like a special secret ingredient I didn't know about. Like all of these ingredients are ingredients I've used before. I guess maybe beets. But like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you, Christopher, for continuing your sub. It makes a difference in the flavor. It's not like a huge difference, but you know, if you're like into subtleties, you'd notice.
Yeah.
Because kind of sauteing all this stuff together brings out like a different tone to it, I guess, a different shade of the flavor. Mm-hmm. You know, like sauteed onion has a very different flavor as opposed to a boiled onion, right?
Right.
Hey, thank you for gifting a sub, Drucifer. What's up? How you doing? I like have made borscht in very different variations before. I have put just, you know, boneless pork chops in there, but you are supposed to make it with ribs. It's just faster because then you don't have to boil the meat for like super long to make stock. You just add like broth. You buy a broth and you add it. I have made it with adding mushrooms to it just because why not? I like mushrooms. Mushrooms don't go into a traditional version of the borscht, but you know, if I'm making it, I can do whatever I want, really. So like, once you know what it's supposed to taste like and how you're supposed to make it, You can experiment, like, which is what I like about cooking, is you can kind of put your spin on whatever it is you're making. So, you know, don't be afraid. Thank you, Monster! Thank you, Hype! Thank you, Via!
Very nice.
Hype train! Woo! Alright, so. Is this still hot? It's alright. Need to just get it off the bone.
Ooh.
So like if you boil it for a while, it'll kind of start falling off on its own.
Yeah.
Which is why I usually boil it for like an hour and a half, 2 hours prior. Because I'm still gonna use the broth as well, so it's not like the juices are wasted or anything.
Right.
Thank you. Sticker takes a while to tell you who did it. Oh, it still hasn't told me. Who put the sticker there? Thank you.
I'm the meat chef.
Why did I do this? Thank you, Hype.
I'm the meat chef.
Oh, Viking. Thank you, Viking, for the sticker. Alright, so you're gonna cut up the meat. You want to cut up the meat a little bit. It's still a little hot. You don't need to like make it into tiny pieces. Oh! Sorry. Hey, thank you, Alice, for gifting 5 subs!
Oh.
Damn, proper hype. Proper hype train. Hot. Hot, 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 hot. It's okay. You want to cut it up a bit because you don't want somebody to just catch this whole piece and eat it in one go. So, you know, you want it to be in like smaller pieces than that.
Right.
Thank you, Hype. I believe it's the Canon 2470 1.2. Yeah, it's a 24-70mm ultrasonic 1.2 depth of field.
Ultrasonic.
It's a good lens. It's pricey, but it's good. It's kind of bony. It's like a cartilage. So my grandma would kind of leave the bones in as well. And then just eat them too.
Oh.
Like in the end, she'd just like suck on them and get the marrow out. But I don't know, that's a little old school.
Yeah. Old school's a good way to say it.
Like she went through Golodomor, you know, like
Right.
she'll
So
eat everything.
She's getting all of that meat. Good.
So I never cut myself, but I always burn my fingertips every time I cook, so it's okay. All right, there we go. So that we got the meat. Level 3 hype train, boom. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, eventually you'll have all your tips burned off. Nothing
That's what
matters.
that's what my grandma did. My grandma could like
Yeah, grandmas can touch the stove.
right. My grandma could like go like rob a bank and they wouldn't know who did it because like she had no
No
fingerprints. Like it was just gone.
They did an SVU episode about that.
Right.
Yeah, some guy
That's
burned
so
his
funny.
fingertips off.
All right. So next up, we're going to spritz some olive oil onto a skillet.
Saute. Saute.
Oh yeah, would you mind getting a couple of cloves of garlic? Just cutting them up small.
Yes. Just baiting me.
No, you would use sunflower oil in Ukraine. We don't really use olive oil as widespread as you do in America. Sunflower oil, though, is very common because sunflower is the national flower of Ukraine and there's a fuck ton of them.
How many?
Like 5.
excited.
Yeah, sunflower seeds are a very common snack there. I
I
many.
had sunflower seeds last night. I love sunflower seeds.
I have many fond memories from when I was little. Mom and I would just like sit on the bed and read each our own book. Like she'd read, what was it? Angelique. It's a French book by Anne and Serge Galland, I think. I might be butchering the names. But she would read these like romance books and I would be like next to her reading like my fantasy novels and we'd just like snap on some sunflower seeds.
What's that?
Моя мама не против ничего. Не переживай.
Sunflower seeds was like the snack for the softball players.
I know, my mom's book was a bit saucy. I read it when I was in college and I was like, damn, Mom!
Was it like 50 Shades of Grey?
No, not quite. But it was like a romance series about the French king and his like lover.
Ah.
I think.
What was it, erotica? Or close to it?
It's like a housewife porn. Not really like erotica. It's like, you know, like he touched her hand and she sighed.
Right.
You know, like that kind of stuff.
So
it was like straight up they banged, you know?
In Twilight, she would always write like Bella could smell the sweet, velvety breath coming from Edward. I'm like, ew.
Yeah. Smelling the breath is not a good thing.
Right, but Edward was a vampire, so he had sexy breath.
Well, you know, 50 Shades of Grey started as a fan fiction to Twilight.
Yes!
Yes, hype something like that. Hey, hype train success! Thank you guys. This is Abby Normal. She my bestie.
Hello.
I'm teaching her how to make borscht today. Oh God, Cameo. So far, my novel has been very not saucy.
What novel?
The book I'm writing.
Oh, what you're writing.
Yeah.
You're reading.
Well, I have to say, Wheel of Time started not saucy either, and then it just springs a fucking threesome onto you, or foursome even, sorry.
A 4G?
Yeah, a 4G. Why would you want to fuse anything though? I mean, Ukrainian cuisine is based heavily on pork, like a lot of pork, a lot of potato, a lot of cabbage.
I think cabbage, potato, and onions when I think of Ukrainian food.
Yeah, for sure. And so, it would fuse with like, I think it would fuse with Chinese pretty well actually. But I'm not a big fan of Chinese. So I'm going to toss the garlic and the onion into the skillet.
It's about to smell good! Pacific.
And I'm going to saute them a little bit until they're like golden, right?
Mm-hmm. It already smells good.
So this is olive oil, right? Yeah, okay. Olive oil is healthier than sunflower oil.
Yes, olive oil is very good for you. It's also good to put on your skin and hair.
I've heard that seed oils in general are like bad for you, but olive oil is not a seed oil. Like seed oils.
Oh, so I said sea turtle, and I was like, hold up.
That's a change of
A
conversation.
seed oil. Okay.
Like any kind of seed oils that come from seeds are not good for you. But then,
grapeseed oil.
yeah. But then olive oil, because it doesn't come from seeds, it's like healthy. You can try and report back hype.
Honestly, like probably. It would probably be really good for your hair. It just wouldn't be good for your drains when you try to wash it out. That's what it would do. It would get stuck in your drain and harden. So like you never pour bacon grease down your drain. You have to put it
I
in
would
the trash.
hope so, Cam.
Which I didn't know because we didn't have bacon growing up.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I was taught about it here, but we didn't have bacon, so it wasn't an issue.
It makes sense. I had just never like had bacon grease around long enough for it to congeal like that.
So I am adding carrots to the mix.
Carrots, zanahorias. How do you say carrot in Ukrainian?
What?
How do you say carrot in Ukrainian?
Morkva.
Huh?
Morkva.
Morpa?
Morkva.
Morpa. Morpa.
Can you mute my other laptop? Just the mute button on there.
Mm-hmm. Salty and crunchy sea turtles. Num num num. What are those candies that are turtles? Like chocolate turtles or caramel turtle? What are they called? It's like caramel. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like you get them at like a candy shop, like a classic little candy shop. Turtles, chocolate. They're just called chocolate turtles. It's gonna be embarrassing. Yeah, they're literally called chocolate turtles. So, in Canada, it's a Canadian chocolate candy, but I've only seen them like in classic candy stores. But it's chocolate and caramel and then pecans.
Really delicious.
Yeah, they are delicious. But I guess it's like a Canadian candy bar.
Ew, Panda. Thank you, Red Dog, for starting with Prime. Welcome to the tribe. So yeah, we're making borscht for those of you who are just coming in. The Ukrainian borscht, traditionally, the way my grandma made it, almost. This is Abby Normal. Mod's gonna be shout her out. Make sure to follow her as well. She's a streamer. You can scooch because the channel's on your face. She's a streamer too here on Twitch. And we're currently doing something called Zazharka. I would not know how to call it in English, but it's the base for the borscht. I am currently stir frying, sauteing, if you will, onions, garlic, and carrots, and I'll be adding beets and tomato paste to it too in a moment. And we have potato boiling in our bone broth that we have made.
Yes, Abby Normal, like from Young Frankenstein. Frankenstein.
I'm going to add them beets.
Ooh, ooh.
Like Hedda Gabler.
My stutter.
That was a stutter.
Also, thank you, Mueller, I think.
Yeah, that was me. I was about to say that, yes. Thank you, Mueller.
Can you see where I'm standing? I can see it from here.
You can see that?
Uh-huh.
I can't even really see it. I have to squint.
I can see it barely, but I can see it.
You can Whoa.
Like I have to strain to see it from here.
Here, I have to strain. And I wear contacts. That's supposed to make me have perfect eyesight right now. Even on my own streams, I'm like trying to read. Wisdom is knowing Frankenstein is the monster. Do you like Munster cheese?
What's that?
Munster. It's pretty good. I don't really know how to describe it, but we've been on a real kick of Munster cheese.
I don't know.
It's rather soft.
I don't mind soft cheeses. I like brie a lot.
I love brie. Brie and Gouda are my top 10, my top 2.
Your top 10?
Yeah.
What are the other 8?
Brie, Gouda, just different kinds of brie and Gouda. That's my favorite charcuterie cheese. Well, brie I can have with anything actually. Gouda I love on a charcuterie board.
I mean, honestly, I have yet to find a cheese I don't like.
Blue
like-
cheese.
See?
Blue.
You're just silly.
Oh, I'm just silly.
It's an acquired taste, I understand.
I like a provolone on a sandwich. I never had provolone cheese until I was 18 years old.
I haven't tried it in a while, but I think I like it.
Hype, no. I'm telling you right now, no. I'm not eating it. Because I've tried, you know, thinking that my taste buds have changed. It's my taste buds change. Not
Alright,
for
so in a
blue
moment
cheese.
I'm gonna need your help with something because I'm gonna split the soup into 2 pots.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna need help with making sure it doesn't, you know.
No catastrophes.
Yes. Okay, I need a big pot, you guys. Like, I am in an urgent need of a giant fucking soup pot because the pot I have does not satisfy my needs for soup. I love soup. I like honey mustard a lot too. Hello, Nico.
Oh, who said honey mustard?
Um,
Oh, I like honey mustard. Honey mustard's my favorite.
Victor?
I will die for honey mustard. I asked for honey mustard on my birthday. Ken's Steakhouse. I love Ken's Steakhouse honey mustard.
well, there's different. Yeah, there's many different types of blue cheese. I just like them all.
Ugh. I've yet to find a blue cheese that I like. Blue cheese dressing, the bougie blue cheese.
I don't like the blue cheese dressing as much, but I do like the blue cheese itself. I mean, anything. Like, literally, I don't think I have a single cheese that I've had it and I was like, not a fan.
When I was in Switzerland, like all day we kept on being like, all right, like who's farting? Like who's doing it? Because every once in a while we would get this whiff of something god awful. And then after all day and all night we realized it was coming from the fridge. And anytime someone opened the fridge to get a drink, like the smell would just waft over. But the stinkier the cheese, the more yummy it is. I had so much cheese in Switzerland. My tummy was hating me. It was coffee, cheese, bread, chocolate. Coffee, cheese, bread, chocolate.
I actually surprisingly handle cheese, like dairy in general, very easily. Like my stomach does not mind at all.
I don't know. It's not. I don't have an aversion to it. I think I've overdone it before, but it's not too bad. It's the coffee.
Yeah, the
I have-
coffee will get me sometimes.
I have to eat coffee and stay home for a little bit, just in case. Can't have coffee like water.
I am from Ukraine, born and raised. So. Woo. Okay, got it. You can watch very closely, friend, but I'm from Ukraine. I can do no wrong in this situation. So now I'm going to add the tomato paste to our sauteing stuffs. So you can add fresh tomatoes as well. I personally just chunks of fresh tomatoes in my borscht. So,
Okay.
both the taste. My grandma has made it both ways. Sometimes she'll just even toss a whole ass tomato in there and then fish it out after it's like done cooking, you know?
Yeah.
If I'm not making Zazharka, like if I'm not taking my time to like fry this shit and I just like toss everything into the soup right away, I also don't cut up my onion. I just toss the whole onion and then fish it out and throw it out.
Oh.
Little trick. Because the onion is the one that like changes the flavor the most, I think, from
Yeah.
frying it first,
Mm-hmm.
like sauteing it first.
I like fresh tomatoes, personally.
I'm going to take some of
Sorry.
this chicken broth. You're fine.
Do you know? Do you do the cake?
The bread
bread
bowl.
bowl.
I did last time I made it on Twitch, but I also find it a little bit wasteful, so I don't really normally do it because you are supposed to eat the bread afterwards, but like I ain't gotta eat a whole fucking
Bread bowl.
bread bowl, you know.
Yeah. That's like at Joe's American Bar and Grill. New England clam chowder and a bread bowl. Mmm.
Yeah, it's like a more of a gimmick than like a way you're supposed to eat it, you know.
I'm good, Soup. Thank you for asking.
So I'm gonna be pouring in some of this chicken broth into my Zazharka, into my stewing veggies until it becomes a little more liquidy and just like a, you know, consistency of Zazharka. I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't have to be liquid, but it has to be gooey, if that makes any sense to you.
Yeah, it does. New England clam chowder. New England. Not Manhattan. It's been a long time since I had clam chowder in a bread bowl. Cause that's like such a meal, you know, and usually I don't go out just to get clam chowder. You get the appetizer in the little cup with the oyster crackers. Do you like clam chowder?
Yeah.
I feel like you gotta have. I wouldn't have it out here. I'm sure it's fine.
I've had it mostly on the East Coast.
Yeah.
It's not very common here in general, to be honest. Like, it's not.
No, it's
served
not. I
very much.
wouldn't trust the clams. Because there's two clam chowders, but no one gives a shit about the red clam chowder.
Oh,
Which,
yeah, no.
like,
It's just the
that-
white creamy one.
Yeah, no one cares.
Okay, so Abby, do you want to come here look at it just so you know what consistency you're aiming for? So this is the consistency you're trying to get, right? So it took me almost the entire thing. And I'm gonna cover it with the lid for a little bit, and just like let it kind of like soak through and steam a bit as it's sauteing. And it's almost ready to be added to the borscht. Now, this is a difficult step. Put this off for a sec. We gotta split it. I'm scared. That is heavy as shit. Alright, so just take the lid, if you will. Ooh. Gentle. No, nothing. We got this.
Hey. Woo! All right.
You mean green borscht? I have made green borscht. I don't know what you're referring to as white borscht. We're making Ukrainian borscht.
East Coast bitch, that's me.
Connecticut lobster rolls are yum.
Okay.
I'm not saying made in Connecticut, I'm saying Connecticut style. It was like melted butter.
Connecticut. All my homies hate Connecticut.
I have no feeling towards Connecticut.
Cho, are you a New Englander? I'm from Boston.
My grandma added sugar to borscht. I don't do it because I don't really notice that much of a difference, but yes, I am from Ukraine, born and raised. There is a lobster company called Cousin Maine Lobsters. They have a restaurant in a truck in LA, and they have fantastic lobster rolls. They're fishing and getting their stuff from Maine.
I have a list of things I need to eat when I go back home. Every time I go back home, and lobster rolls are always, I have at least one when I go home. Lobster rolls, Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee.
Alright,
Which is a great combo.
Next step is we're going to add chicken broth to top off our pots a little. And then if you would bring the cabbage over. Just split it between the two. Okay. So we're going to add the cabbage in. Abby's going to split it between the two pots. And then we're going to add our Zazharka, our veggie stew situation.
Oh, that looks so cool. It looks like innards. It's so bright red.
I know that's cool. Not gonna lie.
And do you want help?
You have stronger arms. You want to pick it up?
Sure do.
And tip it over. Just that's hot. Yeah. That's hot.
Ready?
Yeah. Okay, the other one. And then back to the first one. You can't split it otherwise. You just have to go back and eyeball it. Okay, you're good. Yeah. So, see how it's instantly making it red?
Yep.
Like the second I added it. And then we're gonna mix it in to make sure that it doesn't have like pieces, you know, it just
Right.
all dissolves.
It's all thin.
Yeah.
I'm so excited, dude.
Me too.
Are we gonna get red tea?
No, not for borscht.
Not really? Good. Excellent.
Like once the beef cooks, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter
nice.
as much. So we got, you got that going? And then just
Salt.
add a smidge of salt. I think we pull the turmeric out of there. Add a bit of garlic. I always add a bit of garlic.
Ooh, how much?
Just however much feels right. It's good, yeah. I'll do the other one. This gives it like a nice heat.
Mm-hmm.
So turmeric is not really traditional in the recipe, but
I love turmeric.
it I feel like turmeric always makes things better. Like it doesn't make things worse.
It's very good for you too to include it.
Yeah. And now we wait. Oh no, you know what else we're missing? We have to add the kidney beans.
Oh yeah, kidney beans.
So they don't really sell them like dry in America. They sell them in cans for some reason. Like I've never seen just a pile of kidney beans I could like dig my hand into and buy a bunch. But that's how they're sold in Ukraine. So you would buy them like dry. And if you buy them dry, you have to start cooking them with the potato, if not sooner, because they take a while to get like all soft and cooked through if you get them dry. These, however, fast. So I usually get rid of the juice.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to split them between the two pots.
I don't know if I've had a bad lobster roll. So the privilege of being by the ocean in Massachusetts. You do not do well, this is just canned beans, but do you soak the dried kidney beans overnight?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't have to, but it's better to do so. Yeah.
Not necessary.
Like I've done it
But
both ways.
preferred.
I cook them without soaking them. They just need like 2 hours to cook through. Hello, hello. I mean, I'm sure they exist. I've just never seen them at like a grocery store, and I haven't really gone out of my way to like go and find the specific ones. These work, and they take less time to cook, which is kind of handy.
So if the restaurant has a dock in the back, you're good to go. You know, my parents used to live right by a dock where there was the lobster boat, so she would just go down to the lobster boat and just buy the lobsters. So we were very spoiled with fresh seafood.
Long Beach in New York had a lot of good stuff too. So I'm also adding the meat back, obviously. That's kind of important. So I have seen vegetarian borscht before in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't believe in vegetarian borscht. It's against my religion. But, you know, you can, theoretically speaking, make it without meat, I guess. But to me, meat is a very important part of it.
Right. I would need at least like a substitute.
It also has to be pork.
Hmm.
Like, I guess you could get away with beef, but it's not the same. But you 100% can't get away with chicken. Like, chicken is not,
Yeah.
that's not borscht. That's a chicken soup with beets.
Yeah, that wouldn't be as yummy.
It's definitely a bit of a messy meal to make because of beets. Just color and everything.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a white sweater, and you know what? It still looks
That,
like
yeah, that's pretty ballsy. I didn't even think about that. Oops. High tech.
Well, I'm excited. What can I say? She's a lady.
Oh, wow, wow, she's a lady. In the bar, she's a lady.
Chicken borscht is not borscht. It's
And the
soup
lady
with beef.
is mine.
It's chicken soup with beef.
Wow, wow, wow.
Borscht is supposed to have red meat in it, okay? Okay? Isn't beef also kosher? Or can be? At least beef, not chicken.
You hate chicken.
It's not
you don't
bad.
hate it,
It's
but
not
you're
because
like,
I
get out of
hate
my
it.
face.
I like chicken soup as well, but that's what it is. It's chicken soup.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, you're a chicken nugget girl.
I like chicken parmesan as well.
Oh, you're chicken
And chicken cordon bleu.
Chicken cutlets?
Chicken cutlets, yeah.
Yeah, you've been around Italians before. Growing up, if I ever went over to my friend's house, and where I'm from, you're either Italian or Irish. If I was at Italian's house, it was always chicken cutlets. And they pound the chicken down, bread it
Well, we made
perfectly.
chicken Kiev, which is a, chicken cutlet, and we make a divlia back home. Like, there's chicken. Chicken is existent in Ukrainian cuisine. It's
No,
just
I
does
know.
not
I
belong
mean, you
in
just
borscht.
don't like, you're always like, nah, I'm good.
This also like does not belong in borscht.
Well, I don't like chicken because that's like all I had growing up for dinner.
It was pork. I cooked pork ribs, and then I took the bones out, and I used the bone broth. Keep in mind. Bring it back to boiling, baby. Back to boiling. So, to kind of like go over what happened, right? We grated beets and carrots, diced up an onion and a bit of garlic. God damn it. We cut up some cabbage, peeled and cut up some potatoes, and we boiled pork ribs for about an hour and a half, got the ribs out, took the bones off, and then cut up the meat. Then we used the bone broth that we created as a base for the soup, and we made Zazharka, which is the vegetable sautee situation with all the veggies we cut up except for the potatoes. Thank you, Lieber Die, for continuing your sub with Prime.
Lieber Die.
Heroim Slava. So with the Zazharka, we sauteed onions and garlic. Then we added carrots slowly, also like making sure they get a little golden. Then we added beets. Then we added tomato paste. Then we like mixed it all up and made sure it like gets sauteed a bit. And then we added chicken broth until it became like this gooey consistency. Covered it with a lid. Let it kind of like simmer in there for a bit. Then we added the Zazharka into the broth that was boiling potatoes meanwhile. And we added kidney beans and cabbage. And now I'm going to add some bay leaves.
And I'm from the Bay State. And I am Bay. Harambe.
It's all good. Bay leaves, not Baileys. I should get some Baileys for Thursday for the St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yeah. Old Bay, yes. Bay leaves Irish cream. Wait, why did you say what?
For St. Patrick's.
Oh, Bailey's. Okay, I was confused. I was like, bay leaves, Irish
okay.
cream. Sorry, it's been a day.
No worries.
I was up early this morning.
So, don't need this anymore. Just clean this off. This over here, this over there.
I love dill. Dill is so cute. What a pretty little herb. Beautiful hair. I'm assuming you didn't watch Rugrats, right?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Really?
I loved it.
Oh.
I had Nickelodeon when I was in like middle school and up.
Word. Dill. He's one of the guys. Oh, wow.
It's fine, it comes off. Just as long as you don't let it sit too long.
Right. I can only have like the tiniest amount of Baileys.
I love Baileys.
It's delicious, but it can make me feel bad in an instant. But that's alcohol for me, though.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I have to like face myself with it definitely because I can't like drink it like I do beer, right?
Right.
But I can have quite a bit. I can get pretty fucking light on it. Not gonna lie.
Kahlua, yeah. Stretch. Greek Gamer 84 redeem stretch.
Okay. My shoulders are too sore because I skipped like 2 weeks of workouts and then I finally started working out again.
My shoulder was extremely sore, but that's because I slept on it. What do we got here?
Okay, we got like 10 more minutes on that one.
I have to drink very little alcohol or lots in between. Has anyone tried a grasshopper cocktail with creme de menthe?
Explain what it is.
It's green. It's creme de menthe and I think vodka. I think maybe you can use gin. I don't know, but I knew it as a pie, grasshopper pie, and I just learned it came from the grasshopper drink, which started in New Orleans.
Interesting.
Soup slapped a potato alert sticker.
Thank you, Sue.
The potato's checking you out right now. The potato can't keep its spuds to itself right now.
All right.
Yeah, so though the grasshopper pie, my grandmother made that every Christmas Eve, and I want to keep up that tradition. So I just learned about the cocktail, and I tried that on Valentine's Day.
Is lemon drop a drink?
Yes, I love a lemon drop.
Okay, yeah. I've had it recently and I was like, I actually like this. I usually
love
don't
lemon
like
drops.
drinks.
I'll prefer a cocktail over beer or wine typically. Like I love a tart.
I like the sweet stuff as well, but it's like I drink it fast because it's sweet,
Yeah.
and then I get fucked up,
Yeah.
right? So like I have to stick with beer mostly just because it's like light enough to where like I can, and it's not super pleasant tasting, right? So it's like it takes you a while to finish it, basically.
We should have grasshopper cocktails with grasshopper pie, and then in the summer I can make my famous lemon squares with a lemon drop. It'd be fun.
Sounds good to me. Hang on one sec. What is up with this dish?
Yeah, everyone in my family laughed at me when I was little because I forgot what grasshopper pie was called, and I kept calling it ant cake. Vanilla vodka and Fresca? I believe it. I feel like that would taste like alcoholic cream soda almost. Have you had Fresca?
Kind of, yeah.
It's like a really random soda in my opinion. Like I never saw it.
Like I've had Fresco on the East Coast, but I don't really remember what it tastes like.
It kind of tastes like Sprite 7-Up. It's like
Okay.
kind of like that.
Okay, yeah, that kind of.
I liked it.
I guess. I mean, Sprite is used in a lot of drinks, I think, right? In a lot of cocktails.
Yeah. I've been hankering for a Shirley Temple lately. I love Shirley Temple.
What's in it?
Grenadine, cherries, vodka, I'm assuming, and Sprite. But you can get it virgin. Most
Right,
people get it virgin.
right.
And then that way it's just like Sprite and. Like,
Yeah, I don't
sweetness.
really have any liquor in yet. I haven't really fashioned myself a liquor cabinet in this house yet. That's some beer in the fridge. Perhaps.
Yeah, we have a bar cart that has just like wine for when people come over and bring stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like, we are not the type of people to pour a glass of wine for ourselves.
Right. I want to get maybe like a bar cart to go over there somewhere by that wall.
There's some nice like bougie like brass type.
Right, that's what I want.
It would look very
so
good
like
in here.
match the rest of the accents as well. That's cool, ataraxia. Hello, Timothy.
Wow, you're good. I would not notice that was Timothy, but it makes sense now that you said so. I'd be like, hello, T1 VV Alfie.
Good, how are you? I have many years of experience of reading nicknames.
Yeah. Shirley Temples, and if you were ashamed of saying Shirley Temple, you could get a Roy Rogers, which is like the male counterpart, but I think it is a bit different.
Yeah, I usually stick to whatever drink I'm having. Like if I'm drinking beer, I'm drinking beer. If I'm drinking wine, I'm drinking wine. If I'm drinking cocktails, I'm drinking cocktails. Like I don't mix alcohol usually, because I think it's like when you mix alcohol is when you start getting like headaches and like hangovers and shit.
So Roy Rogers is the same thing, but it's Coke instead of Sprite. Grenadine with maraschino cherries.
Interesting.
I've never had a Roy Rogers, but I'd probably really like that. If it was Diet Coke. I'm a weirdo in the sense that I prefer the taste of Diet Coke.
Oh, ew.
I know. Everyone's like, why? And because the real Coke has this taste that makes me feel like my teeth are falling out. Like it's at the front of the mouth, like, oh, it feels like my teeth are disintegrating. And then Diet Coke tastes like Coke if it had been sitting in ice for a long time and like watered down. And I like that better.
Nasty. I am, Andrew. What do you want me to just sit on the pot? I am making borscht. Right here. Making.
Via's never had a hangover. Woo!
I've never really had a hangover either. Like I've had like a mild headache the next day after drinking from being dehydrated. Like I've never had a hangover.
I've been fighting for my life for like the past 3 years. That's why I don't drink so much anymore, is because I don't get drunk enough to have a good enough time to make the next day worth it.
Do you like chug water in between?
Absolutely. Like I'm trying to nail it, and like I really like it's just not for me.
Because I find that if I'm drinking, if after every drink I like chug a can of LaCroix or like a glass of water, then I like have zero consequences.
It absolutely helps. I would be effed if I didn't do that.
You can say fucked.
No, I don't know why I said effed.
Okay, we can handle it. We're all big boys here.
But yeah, the thing that saved me in college was chicken noodle soup. Because my first year of college, my hangovers, I was just like a little tired, a little low energy.
Yeah, that's me. That's me after drinking. Like if I'm heavily drinking, the next morning I'll be like kind of tired and like I'll have like a mild little headache, but I don't like get a hangover.
I'm retching like all day.
Yikes.
That's why I stick to the plants, because I cannot handle alcohol.
I definitely highly recommend eating before drinking. I think like once you're already drinking, food like doesn't really.
But it makes the food taste better.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, if you want to like,
glass
if you
of
want to
wine.
have like something, you know, like a cheese board with a glass of wine,
Yes.
or like,
and then a meal, and then continue to get lit.
right. Like that's fine, obviously. Did I use makeup for cooking? What do you mean? What do you mean, Andrew? You're trying to start a problem? Like, are you trying to have a problem with me?
You'll have to answer me.
I mean, yeah, I'm not a big drinker. I don't get fucked up, right? I mean, I did a couple of times in the past, but I don't like usually get fucked up. I'll just have like a couple of beers or like a glass of wine, you know? So maybe that's also why. But even when I did get fucked up a few times, I don't think I had a hangover. I was just tired. But I also get the same tired if I like stay up really late, like without drinking at all.
Yeah, if I don't get enough sleep, I feel hungover.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I stay up till like 3, 4 a.m. And then have to wake up early, I'll feel the same as I would after like a night of heavy drinking, even if I didn't drink anything.
Yeah.
first of all, everybody's left boob is bigger than their right boob.
Yeah, literally
because that's where
scientifically
your
it's
heart
closer to your heart!
Secondly, what an idiotic, absolutely fucking stupid thing to say!
You probably look weird! You're probably weird looking! Stop it! Don't freaking come for her!
I can't. She my girl. I call them horse divorce.
Yeah, horse divorce. Horse devours.
Andrew SB whatever the fuck said 3 things that I saw. 1, he said it twice. Cook borscht for us, which I am. 2, did you use makeup for cooking? And 3, your right boob is bigger than your left.
Like, and?
I don't know, Baka. Andrew, what the fuck is your problem? Why should check me?
Wow, we're so tall. Don't fuck with us. Don't fuck with us and our uneven, maybe boobs.
I'm sure you're very symmetrical, Andrew.
Yeah, it's so symmetrical. Wow.
Anyway.
Jeez Louise.
I think it's just a troll. There's no way somebody's that stupid.
Mm. Left ball usually hangs lower than right ball. Mine too. Borsch. Me neither, Cameo. I'm talking about the unevenness of balls now. We've rerouted the direction.
Did you know that they like constantly move? Did you ever like take a close look at balls?
Is it like tongue, where like you can't keep it still? Because the tongue,
Kinda. They
your
just
tongue, you
constantly
can't keep your
move.
tongue still.
Thank you, Raven, for continuing your sub. Hello. Oh, hang on, I missed it. One
What
sec.
happened?
Just gotta see who, what. Okay, this one. Oh. Interesting.
Do they like vibrate? Do they wiggle? Balls?
Yeah, like the skin kind of does this.
Well, there's so much to it that like the slightest movement would make it.
No, but
shift,
even if
right?
the person is sitting completely still, I swear to God, unless I observed some very weird balls.
That is my twin.
They just like do this.
Oh. Absolutely not, Cameo. No one cares about balls. No girl's like, got some nice balls there. Are you a ball girl?
Am I a ball girl?
Yeah, like, you know how you can be a tit person or an ass person.
I don't think
You
anybody-
ball
I don't
girl?
think anybody's
That's
a
what
ball
I'm trying to say.
I don't think there's such a thing as a bowl girl.
No, I don't think anyone's like Like, his dick's fine, but his
You're
balls,
looking.
oh my god.
Alright, moving on. One can hope, Drew. Keep searching, and you shall find.
Sweet ball girls out there. Yes, check the US Open.
Alright, hang on. Set a timer for 15 minutes. Almost there. Almost there.
I'm so excited. Do you find that the hibiscus La Croix tastes like sweet tarts?
Like what?
Sweet tarts? The candy? Have you ever had those? They're not very good. I think this tastes better than sweet tarts. Have you ever had Smarties? You know, that makes sense if you've never had a Smartie, because that's actually like also kind of like those cheap candies that they give like at school.
Have I had Smarties, guys? You watched me try a lot of stuff.
Sweet tarts are similar, where it's just like sugar. I don't know. Sweet tarts.
Yes,
we would
they
get.
say I have.
Sweet tarts can be sour too, right?
I had a lot of. I'm just cutting up dill right now. I had a lot of random American candy recently because Cameo sent me a massive box of it, and I tried it all on stream.
See how they like? It's just sugar, basically condensed sugar.
I've had those.
They're I don't eat candy unless it's chocolate, for the most part. Just no point.
Yeah, I don't recall trying them, but I might be wrong because I did try a lot of stuff that day. So who knows?
I love the smell of dill. It smells like my grandmother's house.
I like the smell too, yeah.
Hi, chew. That's so funny you said that, Jessica, because I do know a kid who snorted Smarties in middle school.
Kids just snort shit,
Yeah.
right? Because we have kids in my school snorting some Ukrainian candy too. Like, that's just the same.
Powder it up.
Yeah, we have like kind of like Pop Rocks, but it's like powder and it comes inside like a sucker. But they would break the sucker and then take the powder out and snort it, and it like pop in their noses. And they just run around being like, oh,
Like, I'm high!
so weird.
I'm high!
I never did it, but the boys most, like girls were like, you idiots, but boys did it.
Did my grandmother smell like dill? I guess sometimes. Pixie sticks.
Well, different times, Blabu, different times.
Do you have pixie sticks? I liked pixie sticks. It's just powder sugar. It's in like a straw, and then you rip it, and then you just. They used to have massive ones on
Maybe.
Halloween. They'd be huge, and you can also get like the little ones.
Sounds a little intense.
This is dill.
Wow, Jessica, what happened to him? Oh, well. Let me just snort some dill.
That low club mixes well with gin, by the way. Speaking of our previous conversation of me getting way too hungover, I had it was kind of like La Croix, but not really, and it was root beer flavored. And then I put rum in that, and then a cinnamon stick in the glass for a garnish, and it was delicious. And it was Memorial Day, and I got very drunk. I had a great time, but I was throwing up all day the next day, well into the night. And I was like, okay, I didn't have that good of a time.
Yeah, I think you have some kind of an alcohol intolerance because you like.
Maybe. I mean, I
turn it a lot.
I never really like had a huge drinking phase. Like I never really built up a tolerance. I didn't really drink in high school at all. And then in college.
Neither have I, but I don't throw up every time I drink.
Well, it wasn't every time. It's just now that I've gotten older, you know, like I'll get tipsy and then I'll start to feel a headache coming on. And I'm like, great. And so then I'll just stop, or I keep going, have fun, puke the next day.
The only alcohol that gives me headache with no fail is champagne. Like any like sparkling.
Oh, champagne's the worst, yeah.
Prosecco's better somehow. Champagne
I agree.
kills me every time.
I agree.
Yes, I always chug a glass of water or equivalent between every drink.
Always drinking water.
It helps. And the more you pee too, the better. The better it is.
I used to partake and other substances when I would drink that would help me deal
Cheers,
with
Raven.
drinking. And now I don't do those. And now drinking's not as fun anymore.
I mean, see, having like a beer is fun for me in the way where like it doesn't make me drunk, but it like does give me like the very light buzz that kind of like makes me less anxious, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I won't get that off of one beer. That's why I don't really drink beer. I have to get tipsy after at least 2. 4 will get me drunk. 7 is pushing the limit.
This is Abby. Abby Normal. Make sure to follow her as well.
Hola, soy Abby Normal. Como estas?
Oh, it's not a Western.
Check her out, give her a follow. She's a streamer as well.
Nothing's Western now. Like,
Just very entertaining. Okay, we got T minus 10, I think.
T minus 10. Thank you, Drewski Wooski. Nice. Thank you, that was my Halloween costume this year. I saw Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner that night. I locked eyes with Joe Jonas for the second time in my life. I wonder if he remembered me in that moment. I would think so, Jay Woozy. I think so. I usually, if I'm not drawing, I'm painting with acrylic paint or gouache. I kind of jump around from project to project sometimes, but I've been finishing some stuff. And lately I've been like doing a lot of art and then I end up just like chatting. I'm more of a talker. Yeah, the bonus Jonas is the 4th Jonas brother. I forget his name. He wasn't in the band, but they had one, and everyone was like, "Wait, you have another brother?" Elden Ring stream. I don't know if you'll be seeing that from me. I don't know if you'll be seeing that from me. Gotta be honest. Maybe I'll get back into Mario Kart before Elden Ring. I have games at home. I just don't play them.
You have a console too, don't you?
Mm-hmm. He plays Call of Duty, honestly. He's been playing a lot of Call of Duty. Red Dead Redemption. Those are mostly the 2 things he plays. Basically the same thing. How's it tasting?
Good, I'm just making sure it's salted and peppers and whatnot enough. And adding dill. Fresh dill.
Dill or no dill?
Oh, it's dill.
Smells so good.
Tastes good too.
Ah. Yeah, it's a soup with beets, cabbage, pork ribs, onions, carrots, tomato, dill, potato. Yeah, potato, very important. I love cabbage. I love like a cold, crunchy cabbage in a salad or in a stir fry. Like in chow mein. Cabbage is the best part to me of a chow mein, except maybe the onions.
I love cabbage, honestly. Like, I have half a head left after this. I'm going to basically do what I did for the vareniki the other day. Tomorrow, I'm going to stew it with some garlic, an onion, and I don't know, like maybe chicken broth or whatever, and just, you know, have it as a meal.
Cabbage.
Well, we're about to serve up some borscht.
Good morning, Dennis. Willkommen. Good morning, Vietnam.
See my fancy ladle? Golden.
I love it.
It is fancy. It is golden. Sorry. Sour cream. Sour cream. Did you find the sour cream?
Hell yeah. More than fine.
That's how you're supposed to
Obsessed.
have borscht, so.
I don't know if I've had. I don't know. But I'm sure Zazharka would stay traditional, but I don't recall sour cream.
I think it had sour cream, and I think the borscht I brought had sour cream you could add to like little sauce dishes. I don't know if you added it, but you're supposed to have it with sour cream. Oh, I'm so excited for the borscht. Do do do. Do do do. Couple more minutes. Do do.
Do-do-do.
Put the chairs so we can sit and eat.
Oh, yes.
It's a little tall for these chairs, but you know, bar stools haven't arrived yet.
How little do I look?
I mean, it's better than eating standing, I think. I have a question. Hi. Excuse me. Hello. Hi. Beef stroganoff. I mean, it's not a inherently Ukrainian dish, I don't think, but it is popular in Ukraine. We make beef stroganoff a lot. There's something called zharkoya, which is like a potato beef stew, which is fantastic, and it is a Ukrainian dish. But if you want to make it properly, you have to have those like pots that you put in the oven. You know, it's like ceramic, I think, little pots. You're supposed to make it a little in like little. It's not pots. What are
Dutch
they called?
oven?
Kind of. They're like these little ceramic, weird shaped cauldrons. Basically, I don't know how to explain
Maybe
it.
a Dutch oven might be it.
And you make it in that, and it is so good. Like, I mean, you can make it without it.
This?
No. Let me see. Yeah, it's like a clay pot. You're right.
Cauldron. Would it be a crock pot? No. You have a
Yeah,
crock
I'll
pot.
show you. It's like these.
Oh, those look way more Ukrainian and legit.
Right. It's like these little clay pots.
Yeah, those are like.
They look like little clay
Legit.
cauldrons, and you cook it in that, in the oven, and it comes out so good.
I'm sure you could use a Dutch oven, but what she showed me is way cooler. And
Yeah.
more-
I mean, you probably could use Dutch oven.
right.
I mean, I've even made it on the stovetop before, so it's like not impossible. Cabbage. We ate cabbage, a lot of cabbage, a lot of
Onion.
wheat. A lot of wheat. We have a lot of wheat. We actually, funnily enough, not really funny at all, but there's going to be a shortage of wheat all over the world because of this war. Because Ukraine has been the breadbasket of Europe for a very long time.
Celiac folks, rise up. Carrots.
Carrots. Zucchini, kabachki. Zucchini are very big in Ukraine as well, and eggplants. But zucchini is a staple food as well.
Not a huge zucchini girl.
Me
I
neither.
like having zucchini be used to make something, but I don't want a side of zucchini.
Yeah.
Like, my mom used to just steam zucchini, put a little pepper on it, and give it to me.
I'm not a big fan of zucchinis either. Like as I said, as a part of something, like when we made zucchini stuffed lasagna the other day, that was fantastic,
Yes.
right? But I don't like straight zucchini.
Yeah. Straight zucchini. I love eggplant parmesan, zucchini. I've had zucchini noodles. Thank you for the bits. Slot man. Sounds. Pumpkin. I like pumpkin. Although I was pumpkined out this fall. I had a lot of pumpkin stuff. Oh, zucchini bread. That's good. Oh, I love zucchini fritters. We make zucchini fritters for brunch. Yeah, zucchini is very watery, which is why when I make my fritters, I drain them the night before and just let them dry. My eyes remind me of Natalie Dormer. Shit, who's Natalie Dormer?
May I present to you Adeline? Ukrainian Borsch.
I'll take a picture of this. This looks amazing. This is a big serving.
Well, it's dinner.
Yeah, Natalie Dormer. Oh, an English actress. Oh, I know this girl. Oh, from Game of Thrones. She's done a lot of stuff. Thank you. Pretty lady. Oh, picture.
BRB.
The steam is fogging up my lens. Gorgeous. I am not an Aquarius, but you can guess what I am.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, guess.
You better guess carefully, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, there is sour cream in here. It looks so pretty, dude.
Frozen.
It's beetroot purple pink with a little bit of red. So both. Whoa, look at this.
So pictures of this one for it. Alright, it's really hot, so be careful.
I'm gonna get my first bite. I'm gonna have some meat and onion in it.
So it's a Ukrainian Borsch. So it's pork ribs for the bone broth, and then the bones are taken out and it's just meat. And then potatoes, beets, carrots, onion, garlic, cabbage, kidney beans, fresh dill, fresh bay leaf, some turmeric, some paprika, some rosemary, salt and pepper, and a little bit of chicken broth.
Hallelujah. It's great.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
The meat is very like, you know, like fatty, you know?
Yeah. And because you cook it for so long, you get it to like be very much melt in your mouth. Oh yeah, it does. It has a lot of ingredients, and it's like heavy on the prep work, but it's so worth it though. Good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of eye it, but if I had to time it, I'd say an hour and a half for the initial pork ribs. Get them out, get the bones out, cut up the meat, toss the meat back in, toss the potatoes in. As you toss the potatoes in, you start making zazharka in the skillet with the carrots, beets, onions, garlic, and tomato paste. Oh, tomato paste is what I forgot. So you make that for about 20 minutes while potatoes are boiling. Then you toss in that, and then you toss in kidney beans, and you add cabbage, and then for another like 20 minutes of boiling after that, and you're done. And then again, if you're using like dry kidney beans, you have to soak them overnight, and you have to cook them like for an hour and a half at least as well. I genuinely enjoy cooking.
You and I on the Food Network dominate.
Be a hit show, yeah.
You're the Martha, I'm the Snoop.
Exactly.
That's the truth.
any Food Network executives here in chat, make it happen, people. So I use canned beans since I moved to America, because I haven't found the dry beans like easily accessible in the stores. And they cook fast, so you don't have to, like, you can toss them in with the cabbage in like 15-20 minutes, they're done. Borscht is one of those foods that is genuinely getting better as the time passes. So like the second to third day is when it's like, because it's like everything soaks everything in, you know? Like really gets fused. So it's like genuinely, like there are so many jokes about it too in the Ukrainian culture. Where like a neighbor comes over and the host goes, "Do you want a second day borscht?" And the neighbor's like, "Yeah, fuck yeah." He's like, "Okay, come back tomorrow."
Oh yeah, could you freeze it?
Probably. I've never frozen any kind of soup, so I would say if you were gonna freeze something, I would freeze the zazharka, like the part that we made in the skillet before we added it in. Because that I have, like in Ukraine, you can just buy it in a packet. Like it's just sold that way, so you can just make a borscht in 20 minutes. Obviously, it's not quite the same as making it yourself, but it's like sold kind of like the pasta sauce is sold here, right? You can make it yourself, or you can buy a ready one at the store. So I would say that like when you make that zazharka, you could probably toss it into like a Ziploc and freeze it, and then just have that ready. And then it only takes like half an hour to make it from that point. You also don't have to fuck around with meat that long. You can, and I have made borscht with boneless pork chops. Just cube them up, and then just cook the whole thing in the chicken broth. It's slightly different, but it's a similar effect.
Can you use canned beets?
I never have, but I would assume so, yeah. So you take raw beets, you peel them, you grate them on the big one, and then you saute them with carrots and onions and garlic, and with some tomato paste and some broth. You just kind of add them one at a time. So I start with onion and garlic. Once it's golden, I like scooch it over to the side of the skillet, and then toss in carrots, slowly mixing them in to make sure that they all get also goldened. Then I also scooch them, and then I add beets bit by bit. And then once everything kind of gets like that little minute in the spotlight, you know, to get a little fried, I mix it all together, add tomato sauce, tomato paste, sorry, and add chicken broth until it's like this like gooey consistency. It doesn't have to be liquid, but it has to be like all one consistency, kind of like gooey. And then I just covered it with a lid and let it sit for like 10 minutes. It's just simmer on the low fire.
Pork ribs are so tender. They're so good.
Yeah. Because you cook them for a long time too. So they get like very fall apart.
So, would your grandmother make borscht like for no apparent reason, or was it like a weekend meal, or did she make it for a special occasion, or was it just like a very normal dinner?
She'd just make a big pot once a week and would just have it throughout the week.
Oh, okay.
It was usually like a lunch thing though. Like it wasn't a dinner, it was a soup before you have like a main entree during lunch.
I like that.
My grandma was a chef for part of her career in adult life. So she was like a fantastic cook. Like I know everybody's biased towards their grandma's cooking. Like I know that's a thing. But I genuinely have yet to try anything as delicious as she made it. Like I have tried borscht. I mean, obviously I make a solid borscht, but like it's nothing compared to hers. Like it just does not live up. And it's not about ingredients because I'm doing everything the way she did it. It's just like some kind of a fucking gift.
My grandmother passed down recipes.
Sorry, mother.
I made her, she had like this bean dip. And I made it, and I was like, holy shit, this is basically onion dip. Like, there was just so much onion in it, and I just wasn't expecting it. And my sister was like, oh yeah, she probably used half of an onion. And I said, well, that's not what she said in the recipe she left. She said, no, I made the spinach dip the year before she died. And I was like, Mama, why does mine not taste like yours? And she goes, well, how much onion did you use? And I said, a whole onion. She goes, yeah, I used half. How much butter did you use? Oh, I used a whole stick. Yeah, I used half. And it's like, okay, put that in the recipe. She purposefully doesn't want us to forget that hers
I'm honestly
is better.
guilty of that because when I make stuff, like unless I'm making something for the very first time, like if I'm making something for the very first time, I'll try to follow as closely as I can to the recipe. But if I make something that I've like made before, I eye it largely, and then over the years, I don't even know how much of anything you're supposed to put. I just kind of like go, well, this looks like enough, you know? Like I don't really know. I put like what, half a cabbage head, but it depends on the size of a cabbage. 3 potatoes, 1 giant, 2 tiny ones.
She literally took it to the grave.
Like half an onion, 2 carrots, 3 beets, I think it was.
Yeah, 3.
You okay?
Yeah. I just like burped a little. And then I envisioned like what would happen if I just like projectile vomited on stream.
That would be concerning. I would hope my cooking doesn't make you projectile vomit. No, my grandma shared the recipes with me, but she was very much like, you know, making it the way it felt, you know, so she wasn't like, this is how many you put, or like how much butter, how much whatever you put. She was just like, this looks about right, let's toss it in, you know. So it was never like very precise, but every time she made something, it came out fucking perfect. It's just like grandma magic, I'm telling you.
I made these stuffed peppers in New York once, and then that became like the thing I'm gonna make to impress my friends. And I never followed a recipe. I just like went with my gut, and I would never be able to tell you what I use. Well, I can tell you what I use, but how much of what?
Right.
Worcestershire is very important, though. That I will say.
Stuffed peppers are actually also a Ukrainian dish too. I mean, it's a dish in many countries, but there's a Ukrainian version of it. I made them on stream before. Right. The only thing I made differently than my grandma would, in this case, is she like usually also adds some sugar to borscht. Jessica. I'm gonna turn down that offer.
I won't. Go to my channel. I'll figure it out. Figure something out.
Oh man.
I'm so sorry, but I had a friend who did projectile vomit, and when she only meant to burp, all over the driveway, she had to go home, and she was like, I'm not sick, and we're like, go home.
Okay, can we not talk about modeling and eating?
Sorry, I brought it up. Thanks for feeding me, Bish. I love you, Bish.
Of course, Bish. Is it how you remember it?
It is, yeah.
Okay, good. So I made borscht a lot, just growing up and in general. And when I went to college, so you have to understand that my father only learned to cook when he was in his 50s. It's a privileged life he's led. So when I went to college, I moved to a different city, but I would take a fucking train every weekend to go back home and make him a giant pot of borscht that would last him until the next Saturday. So that lasted for about a year until I finally was like, you know what? Learn to make your own borscht, goddammit.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Don't speak too soon. Don't speak too soon.
It's still white.
Yes. I made an eggplant parm with my friend with this vodka sauce. We had it the night before at my house, and we were like, that's so good, let's make it again. We went to her house, and we were eating it, and we were like, what is wrong with this? And it tasted terrible. I'm gonna blame the eggplant.
Now, I can't really think of a specific example off the top of my head. I'm sure there have been instances where like it didn't taste the same, but I think it's usually because I like fucked up the proportion more so than if I like made everything the same, you know? Kind of, yes. It is kind of taught in schools in Ukraine, but not very well.
I really only have eggplant as eggplant parm, but it makes my mouth itchy now. Yes, our chairs are very low.
Shh. I have bar stools arriving. They just haven't yet. Bye, Danny. Thank you. Take care. I have to say, it's a pretty solid borscht.
I'm enjoying myself a lot.
Hype. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'll post some. Pretty happy.
Shit.
Look, I'm not fucking around. When I eat. Calm down. We're adults over here. I ordered bar stools, so they'll be here anytime soon. This coming week. They just haven't arrived yet. Yo, I got my ass whooped if I didn't finish my meal and like was in a reasonable lot of time as a kid, okay? No, red dog. Chairs that are taller, Dennis. I don't know. My grandma had a thing. Mostly my dad's mom, actually. Not my mom's mom, who was a chef. But my dad's mom had a thing where she was like, if you don't finish every last crumble of your food, you're like leaving your strengths on the plate. And I was like a little bitch, so I was like, it's my strengths, motherfucker. I'm gonna eat it all.
I have like distinct memories of like not being able to swallow my chicken and trying to like wash it down with milk. And then you like all the milk went down, but the chicken is still in there, and then it's just milk saturated chicken in my mouth. Can you not relate?
No.
I am.
The thing is that both of my grandmothers, one more so than the other, were really good cooks. And so was my mother. And then by the time my mother passed, it was up to me to cook. So I always made what I wanted, you know? Like it was never an issue where I was like forced to eat something like I hated. Like it was until I was like 8. And then from that point on, I was like, I'm cooking now. I'm the captain now. So I'm going to decide what we're having.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. One second.
Yeah, right? Well, I would just have to suck down the dry baked chicken that I would have most nights of my whole childhood.
I might have to lift you up for a sec. Alright, sit.
Yep, and no seasoning.
I think like in Ukraine specifically, at least for the older generations, like it's less so now, but for the older generations, for women, cooking is like a point of pride. Mm-hmm. So like they cook, you know? It was never like, oh, just a bland chicken. No. It was a dish. I was the family cook since the age of like 8, 9, and then up until I went to college. Huh?
I don't know.
I'm not sure I understand what you're saying, Dennis. Oh, the chairs. Okay, I see. Yeah, I think bar stools, your feet are not on the ground.
Yeah, usually.
Unless you're Jessica.
Why, is she tall?
Yeah, 6'3", I think. So now it's 6'4",
Tiny.
6'5".
What a small guy. Small. I come from a long line of tall men. Myself being a tall man, I know what I'm talking about.
I mean, my dad's taller than me. Maybe not anymore because he's starting to like sink. But he was taller than me, but not by much. He's not like super tall. Maybe 5'11", maybe 6.
My dad's 6'4", and so are my uncles, 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", and then my brother-in-law is 6'5".
That's tall man. Privileged shorts. I don't know if you got this right, Jessica. I think it's the opposite.
Yeah, you always need the aisle. Projectile vomit.
You okay?
Yeah, I just burped again. I burp.
Okay. It just looked aggressive.
What it is like I'll get a hiccup. It's not really a burp, it's a hiccup. It's and it happens when I eat sometimes. But it sounds like
Probably
a
you're
burp.
just like swallowing air or something.
Yeah.
Hello, Rusty.
No, not at all.
You can make it spicy.
Yeah, it would be
but
good
it's not.
spicy. What would you do to make it spicy? Like
Pepper.
a crushed red pepper or
Yeah.
something?
Because I added some pepper in it, but I don't necessarily like borscht to be like super spicy. You can do that. You can also like straight up just like drop some Tabasco in it, just like the sauce, and mix it in. You can do it in your in your own bowl too, so you don't have to make the whole thing spicy. You know, Tabasco goes well with it. That's not a Ukrainian way, but Ukrainian food is not really inherently spicy. Like it's not it's not common for Ukrainian food to be spicy.
Sparkling borscht. How fancy.
There is something called a drika, which it's not technically Ukrainian. I think it's like Georgian or Azerbaijani. I'm not entirely sure where it comes from originally, but it is common in Ukraine. And a drika is about the only like hot sauce that is common in Ukraine. But it's kind of like just like a tomato sauce, like tomato-based sauce that has some spice to it. Like it's, I used to think it's spicy back in the day, but now that I've had like actually spicy stuff, I think it's very mild. It's just not really common for Ukrainian cuisine to be spicy. Like it's spiced, but not spicy. It's seasoned and spiced and whatnot, but it's not ever spicy. Like we just use like cracked pepper, just like peppercorns.
I'm in a passionate love affair with the Tapatio man. The man on the Tapatio bottle.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what I'm loving? Is it's a chipotle hot sauce, but it's, I think, never mind. I don't know if it's Tapatio or not, but it's like a brand that I know, brand of hot sauce that I know, and they make like this chipotle sauce now, and I've been putting it on everything. Maybe it is Tapatio. Chipotle? I don't know.
I'm not like super acquainted with the spicy sauces. I just have my hot ones flight.
Oh yeah, you did a bomb.
Yeah, multiple times.
I had like a sliver of the bomb on a pizza. I would never take it straight.
Well, I mean, I didn't just have like a shot of it. I had it on like a chicken nugget.
Oh, see, my friends were doing like the dabs where they just like did and then put it on their finger. I didn't want to do that.
I did that to the chicken nugget and then had it. It's still really, really hot. Can somebody find and link the clip of me having the ghost pepper? I think Abby needs to see that.
Chipotle, was it Tabasco?
Moscow Miller says the man in the Tapatio bottle is what you get when you introduce MDMA to mariachi.
Chipotle.
There are multiple clips of the bomb, I believe, because I had it twice on Twitch.
It is. It's Tabasco, Chipotle, and it's the best. Get this. It's not that spicy. It is delicious. See, there's a hiccup.
Abby, how many steps for the bomb? Let me see if I even have it.
What's a reasonable number?
I mean, that's for you to decide. Boys, I don't have it.
Oh, you don't have it?
Let me see.
I have a friend that has it.
I mean, I have it. I just don't think I have it out. Yeah, I don't think I have it out. It's in the garage somewhere, I think.
The garage.
You can ask her on her stream.
Yeah.
What kind of art do you make, Abby?
I make acrylic art. Sometimes I use gouache, and I like to do portraits, but I also do some abstract expressionism, some psychological landscapes, if you will. And I tend to get frustrated as well.
I did Labu. Back in October, I did a Hot Ones flight on here on Twitch. Which is why there's a clip of me eating a ghost pepper, because we thought that, 7 hot fucking sauces was not enough.
Yes, I put egg in my hair. I forgot on my stream last night. This is actually funny. On my stream last night, I end it, and it's like shorter than my typical streams, but I was really tired, and I was like, okay, this is a good place to end it. So I stop, and I go in the other room, and then I think, oh my god, I have a tub of mayonnaise. under my table that I forgot about. So then I like go back into the bedroom and I get the mayonnaise and I try to like hide it as I'm leaving the bedroom. And Jimmy's like, what do you have? And I was like, it's like one of those giant tubs of mayonnaise too. And he was like, why was that in the bedroom? I was like, I forgot. I was gonna put it on my hair. And he's like, why?
You're like the big Ed. All right. We're going to wrap it up, boys. So make sure to.
This was excellent. Thank you so much, Em.
Of course, happy to. I hope you like kind of retained how to make it too.
I did, yeah. I didn't realize that they're all ingredients I'm familiar with, you know? I just need to get it all right.
For sure. Make sure to follow Abby. She's a streamer on Twitch as well. And thank you, Blobo, for continuing your sub. Good night, Alan David Corey. Yeah, Monster. When has that happened last time? We're going to roll the credits to everybody who supported the stream today. Appreciate you guys. Wouldn't be doing it without you. I think I have the recording of that stream somewhere. I just have to edit it, or like, you know, give it a look over, and then I'll put it up on my YouTube. So follow my YouTube channel, and you'll get to see it. Again, thank you everybody who supported the stream today. Shout out to my mods. Welcome to the new subs. Make sure to sync your Twitch and your Discord to get into my sub on the Discord server. Make sure to give Abby a follow. Abby _normal _719. Good, Miller. I'm going to probably save it and upload it as well. It's just gonna take me a while because I'm backlogged on those. And we're going to raid our friend. Give him a heart attack. Go say hi, and I hope you have a good night. I will see you tomorrow, likely. Abby will probably also see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
So take care, good night, and ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta. Make borscht.
Yeah.
Thank you, Les. Oh. I can't do the rig now. I was about to click it. And now the hype train is covering it. It'll happen automatically, I think. Oh yeah, that's the clip. Bye.
Oh my god. That might get me to projectile vomit. Your nose looks red.
I know. It is.
It's a good background too for this.
I know, sorry guys, sorry. I was gonna hop off like a minute ago, but now the hype train is closed message covering the raid thing, and I can't do it. So you're gonna have to just sit here and wait for it to happen naturally.
Just twiddle our
Act
thumbs.
normal. So how was your day, Abby?
It was pretty good. How about yourself?
That's alright. That's alright day. What are you doing tomorrow?
You know, going fishing.
Going fishing. What are you gonna fish?
I'm gonna fish for some men.
Where?
Pickwick Bowling Alley in Burbank, California. Okay.